I got the opportunity to attempt my licensing exam, which I completed, and I obtained my certificate of licentiate with Medical Council of Canada. Big words, but at the same time, I still don't have the license to practice medicine, which I am hoping I will achieve eventually. At present, I'm a volunteer at Mackenzie Hospital, and I just did my training at the new hospital, Vaughan Hospital. It's beautiful, and I'm going to start next month. So I'm looking really forward to that. In addition, I also work with Unison Health and Community Services, which are based in Toronto. I work with the seniors program, and I've been doing some help with the research that they're doing about healthcare system for the seniors, and it really brings tears to my eyes. And I'm hoping that in future I'll be able to share what I've learned through that. So yeah, that's about me. And let's hope that I can find a place in the residency program. Sorry, there was a phone call. So I'm going to, March has been kind enough to give me the opportunity to introduce the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, which I belong to. So I'm just going to, next few slides, I'm going to be talking about that. Thank you. So, just trying to see. So you may be wondering who we are. So the Ahmadiyya Muslim community is a community which was founded by His Holiness Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. You can see his picture on the slide. Peace and blessings be upon him, of Qadian, India in 1889, and through divine direction. So he claimed to be the Messiah and the Mahdi, whose advent was prophesied by the Prophet of Islam, peace be upon him, Prophet Muhammad. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community believes that God has sent him to end religious wars, condemn bloodshed, and restore morality, justice, and peace. He reformed Muslims and promoted Islam's true teachings to his followers and to the world. So the Ahmadiyya Muslim community is a dynamic religious community. It's been there for the last 132 years. It's a global organization. We have our presence in 206 countries with tens of millions of members. It's a revival movement within Islam and essential teachings of peace, love, justice, and sanctity of life. We follow the slogan, love for all, hatred for none, and we practice it in our daily lives. And we also promote jihad of the pen. Now, you may be wondering what that means. Our organization condemns and rejects terrorism in all its forms, and we declare that jihad, which means religious war with the sword, has no place in Islam. Our spiritual leader taught us to defend Islam with bloodless intellectual jihad of the pen. And accordingly, he penned more than 80 books, wrote tens of thousands of letters, delivered hundreds of lectures, and engaged in scores of debates on the same subject. The community continues to use education to peacefully reform Muslims and revive Islam worldwide. There are some unique features of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. We are governed by a system of khilafat, which means successorship. It functions under one divinely appointed leader called the caliph, and which means successor or deputy. And there have been 4 previous caliphs after the death of the founder. And the current caliph, His Holiness Mirza Masroor Ahmad, Allah be his helper, resides in London, UK, and serves as the community's spiritual and administrative leader. We have together built over 16,000 mosques, 600 schools, and 30 hospitals worldwide. And we have 5 auxiliary departments, which are responsible for the moral and spiritual training of the members. And the community focuses on women's equality, education, and empowerment. So on that note, the Women's Auxiliary of Ahmadiyya Muslim community, which is the largest of the auxiliaries, was created to give women a voice in administrative affairs and a degree of independence. And they also participate through their women representatives in the advisory council. So women are really strong in the community, unlike what the general consensus and thought is about Islam, not giving women their share of power. We also promote religious freedom and voice against religious persecution. Despite facing religious persecutions ourselves, the community continues to advocate for universal human rights for all religions and all persecuted minorities. We propagate Islam's true teaching of peace and tolerance through a 24-hour satellite television called Muslim Television International. We have our website, which is alislam.org, and we publish a number of books and translate through Islam International Publication. And we have translated the Holy Quran in more than 70 languages, including French, Chinese, Japanese, and Russian. And we continue to propagate the true teachings. So you may wonder where our headquarters is located. So basically the principal headquarters of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community is the place or town where the Caliph resides. And at present, the international administrative headquarters of the community is in England since 1984. And before that, it was in Pakistan, in Punjab. In Canada, we were established in 1967, and we have several local, excuse me, we have several local chapters. People who have visited Vaughan might have seen a big mosque at the north end of Jane Street, which is the Baitul Islam Mosque, which translates to House of Peace. It was inaugurated in 1992, and it's the largest mosque in Ontario, and it's the headquarters of the community in Canada, though we have many mosques all over Canada. So I'm going to play a very short video about the mosque. You can see the picture of it now. So you can see that it's a big mosque, and it has adjacent to the mosque, there are many offices which run all the things that the community does. And around the mosque, there is a community of people called the Peace Village, and many members reside here, and they collect at the mosque and the adjacent. You can see a building behind the mosque, which is the Tahir Hall. It's a big community center, and there is a gym, and we collect there for religious purposes as well as for national events like Canada Day, Remembrance Day, and so on. And I'm hoping that once all this is over, I would be able to give you a tour of the mosque. So we strongly believe that action speaks louder than words. Although the community has many initiatives, but I'm going to touch upon two of them. One is the humanitarian efforts by Humanity First, which is an organization under the wings of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. And the second thing I'll be talking about is the peace promoting efforts by the Ahmadiyya community. So Humanity First is a relief organization. It is an international non-profit based volunteer-based charitable organization. Its mission is to serve disaster-struck as well as socially and economically disadvantaged communities globally and locally. Our values are to help everybody without discrimination of race, religion, culture, and color. It provides aid to those affected by natural disasters and undertakes emergency relief operations, providing shelter, water, food, clothing, and post-disaster rehabilitation to the affected populations. And in the past, we have helped in the earthquakes in Haiti and Pakistan, and floods in Latin America and Africa, and the conflicts in Eastern Europe. We have over 1,200 volunteers from all walks of life that help at the food bank and various other facilities of Humanity First. Our Canadian projects include providing food security, which is done through a food bank which is located in Vaughan, and we provide assistance 7 days a week. Above more than 70% of the recipient of these programs are refugees and those who are surviving with social services. We feed over 1,300, we have over 1,300 registered families who receive food support. And under the Feed the Family initiative, free food hampers are delivered to those people who are struggling for daily sustenance. We also have the Feed the Homeless initiative, where Humanity First volunteers have been in Toronto and have helped around 1,000 homeless people, and also in other cities of Ontario. We are also in the forefront of sponsoring refugees and resettling them in Canada privately. Run for Vaughan may be something you might have heard in the past. It's a charity run which has been going on since 2003 to raise funds for the Vaughan Hospital. We are all fortunate that it's going to open on the 7th of February, and up to date we have raised over $1 million for that. And in 2020 it was a virtual event. Hopefully this year we will be able to do it in person as a walkathon. So these are some of the initiatives we, went ahead, that Humanity First is taking care of globally. So we've talked about disaster relief and food security. And so Humanity First basically is recognized in 50 countries world over. And some of these projects, as I said, we talked about disaster relief and food security, but it also provides water for life, where Humanity First helps with drilling water wells and boreholes and install water pump in areas of Africa and Southeast Asia where they do not have access to fresh, clean water. We also have the Global Health Initiative, where we are providing primary healthcare services to remote and underserviced communities and meet their medical demands. We have the dental hygiene program, maternal and child health programs under this initiative. And they set up medical camps and also give donations to existing hospitals to help them out with healthcare. Then we have the Gift of Sight initiative. Under this popular program, they help to, they hold cataract surgery camps, and they provide the restore vision and provide glasses to those who are they can't afford it. Then we have many other projects. I'm not going to talk in details about that. There's Knowledge for Life and orphan care. So this is a project that I really feel is very, very innovative. This is the shelter bus that has been, it's a reclaimed bus, coach bus, which has been converted into a mobile shelter. It has 20 beds, it has a kitchen, and it is there to tackle the homelessness that we see mostly in Toronto. It's mobile, so it moves to those places where it's really needed. And they're able to provide a night stay and hot meal. And they also give out care packages to people who are staying that night. Unfortunately, because of COVID, the operation is not working at present, but hopefully in the future, we'll be able to give some relief to the people who are homeless in our city. So I'm coming to the final part of my presentation. So the Caliph has been, His Holiness Mirza Masroor Ahmad has been in the forefront of promoting peace. He is the world's leading Muslim figure promoting peace and religious harmony. He has led a worldwide campaign to convey the peaceful message of Islam through all forms of print and digital media, and continues to advocate for establishing universal human rights and a just society. Under his leadership, the branches of Ahmadiyya community has launched many campaigns that reflect the true and peaceful teachings of Islam. We have distributed millions of peace leaflets and have hosted interfaith and peace symposium and Quran exhibitions. In 2004, His Holiness launched the annual National Peace Symposium, in which guests from all walks of life, as well as dignitaries, come and exchange their ideas of promoting peace and harmony. In 2009, His Holiness launched the annual Ahmadiyya Muslim Prize for Advancement of Peace, an international peace award for individuals or organizations that have demonstrated an extraordinary commitment and service to the cause of peace. So Lord Eric Everby is a politician and human rights campaigner, and Magnus McFarlane, he's the founder of a global hunger charity, and these are some of the people who received this award to date. In 2012, both the United States Congress and European Parliament benefited directly from His Holiness' message of peace, justice, and unity. And he delivered a speech, The Path to Peace, Just Relations Between Nations at Capitol Hill. And he also delivered one at the European Parliament in the same year. And he urged the European Union to preserve its unity and called for equality and justice in international relations. He also delivered a keynote address at the Conference of World Religions held in London, outlining Islam's commitment to promoting mutual understanding and tolerance and respect based on the teachings of the Holy Quran and the life of the Prophet of Islam. In 2016, we were fortunate to have him here in Canada, where he delivered a lecture at York University, as well as he also delivered a keynote address at Canada's National Parliament in Ottawa. And during the pandemic, he's been very active in writing peace letters to many world leaders, including His Highness Pope Francis. So more recently, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community has presented a virtual seminar under the title No Justice, No Peace, that aim to present Canada's unique position to become the world's first full justice and peace nation. So with all the turmoil that was happening in the US, I felt we were very lucky to be here, that Canada does have the dialogue. We do understand that there is discrimination here, but we are working towards improving that. And I hope that as our community can also be part of that initiative. So that was all from me. I hope I didn't bore you all too much.